as Jennifer Lopez talked about what her husband Ben Affleck saw in her for her new documentary The Greatest Love Story Never Told, she started crying. The singer's 20-year quest for self-love, and the recording of her most recent album, This Is Me Now, are both chronicled in the new documentary. Ben and Jennifer were well known for being engaged in the early 2000s before splitting up, only to get back together and get married in July 2022. In the documentary, the hitmaker broke down in tears when discussing her husband and how he has given her more confidence. What he said and saw in me, and what he made me believe about myself, comes from love, she declared. Since no one else could have forced me to recognize that aspect of myself. It's really touching. The world didn't think highly of me because I didn't think much of myself. That made sense. Jennifer also mentioned how Ben was her inspiration for her most recent album, which she recorded by having her staff read handwritten love letters from Ben. We're completely different people now, but we're still the same people, and we love each other unconditionally, she stated. As if I had never stopped loving you. I simply had to move it over here. It feels like it's liberating in a sense because he loves every part of you, but it's not dependent on what this record is or whatever, her crew member responded. The couple's romance began in 2002 while they were dating for the film Jersey Girl. The following year, they got engaged, however they split up in 2004. Nevertheless, it was destined to be for the pair, referred to as Bennifer together, who reunited in July 2021 and tied the knot a year later. In Jennifer's latest documentary, they talked about the highs and lows of their renewed romance. Ben disclosed that when they first decided to give things another go, he begged his wife to keep their relationship quiet. 2 decades after their initial engagement, the two-time Oscar winner acknowledged during their reconciliation that he had no desire to become a regular on his wife's social media pages. Reuniting, I told them, listen, a relationship on social media is one of the things I don't want, the actor remembered. Then I started to realize that asking isn't really fair. Imagine being engaged to a boat captain and realizing, well, I don't like the water. He went on, we're just two guys trying to learn how to negotiate with different kinds of approaches. In the end, Jennifer complied with his requests and has only shared a scant few pictures of him online, including a crude picture of him without a shirt taken on Father's Day last year and a cute clip of them singing Sam Cooke's "What a Wonderful World" in the car on his birthday. The mother of two admitted in the documentary that Ben felt uneasy taking the spotlight as a pair because they had to deal with a lot of media attention during their initial courtship in 2002 to 2004. I don't think Ben is comfortable with me taking on this much work, she remarked. However, because he loves me and understands that I'm an artist, he will do everything in his power to help me because he knows that you cannot stop me from creating the music I have, and he doesn't want to stop me. However, that does not imply that he finds it easy to play the muse. Jennifer broke down in tears in another scene of the documentary, admitting that her husband had helped her recognize something moving in her. She burst into tears as she continued, "Love is the only source of all that he said, all that he saw in me, and all that he got me to believe about myself." since no one else could have forced me to recognize that aspect of myself. It's really touching. The world didn't think highly of me because I didn't think much of myself. That made sense. We're totally different people now, and we're the same, and we have the same love 100%, she remarked upon their reunion. As if I had never stopped loving you. I simply had to move it over here. Near the end of 2002, the pair became engaged. However, they broke it off in late 2003 and ended their relationship completely in 2004. Over the years, Jennifer remarried and went through divorce from her third husband, Mark Anthony, with whom she had twins, Max and Emma, who are now 15 years old. Ben, meanwhile, wed and later divorced Jennifer Garner, with whom he has 3 daughters, Violet, Serafina, and Samuel, in a cordial manner. Jennifer revealed during her Thursday appearance on the Kyle and Jackie O show that it took her nearly 2 decades to figure herself out before the universe opened up, and she was able to get back together with her former partner. Earlier in my life, I fell in love with the love of my life, and for whatever reason, we needed to grow and do other things, she said. We both went on to have children with other people and in different relationships, but when we got back together, I kind of felt like, oh, that was kind of the one. It was unbelievable to me, and I doubt he could have either. It wasn't anything we had anticipated. Although we had truly gone on with our lives, we knew nearly immediately when we reconnected. Jennifer continued by sharing her personal story of her relationship with Ben and how having kids improved her. The pop artist, who has twins named Max and Emma with her ex-husband Mark Anthony, stated, "I was on a real journey ever since my kids were born." Ben's marriage to Jennifer Garner lasted for 10 years until it terminated in 2018, during which time he had 2 teenage children, Violet and Serafina, also known as Finn. Throughout her marriage to Mark, the I'm Real hitmaker admitted that she worked on growing as a person. She stated, "I was trying to be better and figure myself out and be the best person I can be so I can be a great mother, and a great example for them." She went on, "Then, when I got divorced, it kind of kicked off another phase of me trying to figure out who I am, relationships, and stuff like that." Jennifer went through a series of failed relationships after her divorce and ultimately made the decision to stay single. That's when the singer and Ben eventually resumed their romance. "I thought, I'm fine, I love my life, I'm good on my own. And I believe that's when the universe kind of opened up to me and said, okay, now you're ready," at that point.